They don't have a lot to lose. Their currency is not super strong. If we were to embrace it in the U.S., we stand to lose because our currency is a reserve currency.
Right. All right, welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Show. And I am excited again to bring Guy back. He is here. He's with me. He's my friend. He's my companion. And I just love it. Love rolling with you. We've done all kinds of stuff. We've hugged. We did butterflies. It's just really amazing.
I don't know what's coming next.
If we have some bubbles, I'd like to maybe blow some bubbles.
It's a good idea for next time.
Yes, it is. But there's no bubbles in certain parts of the country. And I want to talk about that right now. I want to talk about places around the world, two specific places that seem to embrace totally the crypto situation. I want to know why you think they are welcoming this situation and what kind of influence it's going to have. And those two places are El Salvador and Tanzania. They have opened up the floodgates basically on crypto, and they said, let's do it, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Why do you think that they're doing it? Well, what are the pros and cons for their economy to be able to open up the doors to crypto?
Okay. Yeah, as you said, they don't have bubbles, No bubbles.
I love it. See, if you hang out with me long enough, you begin to think like me.
Well, they don't have a lot to lose. Their currency is not super strong. If we were to embrace it in the U.S., we stand to lose because our currency is a reserve currency.
Right.
And so they have a lot more to gain. And I think that's the simplicity of it is that, if they embrace it as a legal tender, El Salvador, then I think if they do it in the right way, they can attract investors into their country. They can, and you have these volcanoes too, where you can embrace that for mining. You can have a more energy efficient way so you can open up actually like mining manufacturing.
I didn't even think about that.
Mining companies.
I didn't even think about that.
Especially with China kind of like cracking down on mining in China, you can imagine people coming into El Salvador.
I didn't even think about. Do you think that the president of El Salvador thought about we have this this real estate that could actually be used for mining?
I don't know for sure.
I think you might have just gave them. You probably gave I'm sure.
I would hope so.
I like to give people the benefit of the top of their intellect. So let's just assume that it was something that was thought of by those individuals. But
they don't have a lot to lose, and if they are the first to embrace it, as a legal tender, one of the first countries, that could be very good. And in the future, especially if Bitcoin becomes an alternative reserve currency, and they start collecting it, and more people are transacting in the country with it. I think it's good overall for the economy,
for their
Salvador,
economy,
for El Salvador, and for their people, just because they don't have 70% don't have access to banking, so they can have access just with a mobile phone.
Nice.
To
do what
digital currency.
And the same thing with Tanzania. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's talk about this. What short or long-term gain or losses will it have or affect on the U.S. economy if these guys end up getting involved and it flourishes a little bit? Let's just say that happens. What kind of predictions can you make? I know you're not an economist, but what kind of wave effect do you think that it could have on the U.S. economy?
Yeah, you're right. I'm not an economist. It's hard to answer the question without doing a lot more research. But in general, I believe in the development of Bitcoin and crypto, and I think it's good for the world in general. So, I think that eventually it will be good for all countries to have the additional alternative currency to be able to transact across borders, across countries. I just think it'll be good overall.
So their success ultimately will be a success for the global community, especially here in the U.S.
Yeah.
Even here, I shouldn't say especially, but even here in the U.S.
Yeah, I don't know if the government would agree with me on it, but yeah.
Okay, good. Well, that's why you're here, for your opinion.
Yeah.
So that's it. Thank you for sharing. One last question before we roll out. All right. One last question.
Better be an easy one.
It's you know me.
Yeah.
Here it goes.
Still hasn't landed.
It's out there. It's out there. All right. I'm going to give you some magic power. And I'm going to give you the right to make your dream blockchain.
Ooh.
Right? You can construct it any way that you
Do I
want.
get like a magic wand?